In this video, we cycle 500 kilometers in the hot and sticky northern Colombia while getting to know the local cuisine, dogs and wildlife.
We said goodbye to Costa Rica and flew down to the country that has excited us for a long time, Colombia. From the moment we landed in Cartagena, we knew it would be a special experience.
So it's not long after 9 in the morning, our first morning in Colombia. There's just been this disco on the street and it's quite intense when we've just arrived, but I guess it's a sign of things to come in Colombia.
The historic center of Cartagena is an iconic mix of cobblestone streets and bright colonial architecture, with streets full of life, music and palenqueras. These are iconic Afro-Colombian women selling tropical fruits while wearing vibrant traditional dresses. They symbolize resistance, freedom and rich African heritage amidst historical struggles and modern tourism.
We were most excited about finding a family of sloths in the public park. We saw quite a few in Costa Rica, but they almost always hung high in the trees. Here, they were hanging out in the public park, almost at eye level.
Embracing barrio life, no?
Yeah, I'm just sat here screaming off the rooftop at everyone I see walk past, because that's what you do here.
Did you get the cat?
I didn't get my cat, no. Some guys down in the shop there are trying to make us take this cat away, put it in the rucksack. Quite tempted actually, it's a nice cat, and they clearly don't want it, so yeah, well maybe tomorrow we'll take the cat with us.
Poor cat.
Poor cat.
What are you doing? Don't fall. Don't fall. Trying to get some water for the coffee. It's taking a while. And we shouldn't be complaining because it's just kind of minor thing, but all these minor things, they do add up. I know we'll be away and we won't have to deal with this, and people living here, they will. So yeah, it's nice to have an option to escape from the situation. What's happening?
Some serious design flaw here. So the only way to actually get into the bathroom and close the door nope, is standing in the shower. So stand in the shower and close the door. That's the only way. This is like, yeah, incredibly tight.
In order to switch on the light in the bathroom, you have to move the mirror and then switch it on. Latin American logic, I love it.
How do people shit here? How do they shit here? None of the toilets flush properly. Like everywhere we go, the toilets do not flush properly. There's no pressure in the system. So just water pools in it, and there's a very, very, very mild whirlpool, and that's it. Impossible to shit. That's it.
So today we're starting our last part of Latin American trip from Cartagena to Quito. A bit sad but also excited. It should take us about 6 weeks to get to Quito. We're staying just on the outskirts of Cartagena, so it shouldn't be too bad getting up to the city. But you never know, the traffic is really crazy here. Craziest we've seen in a while, so wish us luck. But yeah, excited to get going.
We felt like Cartagena provided a full-on Caribbean experience with its heat and music, and a few days there were enough for us. We started dreaming about quiet mountain roads and cooler climates. However, the first part of Colombia would not offer any of that. To begin with, we had hundreds of kilometers of flat cycling through oppressive heat and humidity before we could enjoy the Andes again.
Leaving Cartagena was not as bad as we expected, and staying on the southern outskirts of the city was a wise decision. As soon as we left the city, we were surprised straight away by how green and relatively quiet the roads were. After cycling in a constant flow of traffic in Central America for several months, it was weird to be able to hear our own thoughts again.
Luckily, there were numerous coconut stands along the road to help us deal with the sweltering heat. First impressions of cycling in Colombia have been pretty good. Just out of Cartagena, and some guy bought us some juice, which was really nice. He was cycling kind of up the hill with us, and he just said, "Yeah, do you want to get some juice?" And he bought us a little tube of black currant juice. And yeah, just really nice guy. Cycles up that hill every single day. He's just finished his night shift in Cartagena and he was cycling home. So I was like, wow. And yeah, we've seen loads of bird species, and cars have been pretty good for the most part. It's a bit busy now, but we're turning off this road very soon. And people have been very friendly as well. So far, good first impressions. Just need to turn down the temperature a little bit. We realized very early on that we would eat well in Colombia. The portions were huge and delicious, and sweet local dogs were always around asking for leftovers.
Very sweet eyes. Unfortunately, there was an occasional beast out there to get us. Also, we still had a Costa Rica legacy to deal with, Steve's exploding inner tubes, which we eventually found out were caused by him swapping his front and back tires.
Pushing it in.
So what's going on?
Oh, my tire just exploded. Completely exploded.
Again?
Yeah. No idea why. There's nothing stuck in the tire. It's just blown up. So, yeah, trying to figure out what the problem is here. Another puncture.
At least it didn't explode this time.
It wasn't actually a puncture, it was a patch that was digging into the actual tire. So, yeah. Colombia is the second most biodiverse country in the world after Brazil in terms of species per area. They have more than 1,900 species of birds, 560 plus mammal species, and over 50,000 plant species. There was always something to spot on or off the bike. So here in Coveñas, which is on the Caribbean coast, and it's 20 to 9 and already baking hot. You can just hear the birds. It's absolutely wild, the amount of birds that are here. I mean, we've been cycling 2 days and we've seen dozens of species. We've seen like 35 that we've managed to recognize, and there's way more than that as well. There's just places bouncing with bird life, and you can hear there, that's just orange-chinned parakeets, which are everywhere. Every tree is full of these parakeets chirping away, so it's really quite nice in that sense. It's wild. It just feels really wild here. I know it's a very populated country, but it's much bigger than everywhere in Central America, apart from Mexico. So Colombia's been really nice so far. Looking forward to the temperatures going down a little bit as we head into the mountains towards Medellin, but we'll probably get some rain as well because it's starting of the rainy season. But so far, our first impressions have been really positive. Oh, doggy. Okay. Gracias. Gracias por todo. Sí, ojalá pudiéramos quedarnos más tiempo, pero la próxima vez. Sí, sí, es muy lindo acá. Muy lindo. Oh, ahora ya hace calor. Sí. Gracias, muchas gracias. Igualmente. Chao, gracias.
She literally Thursday. We were very impressed with how friendly Colombians were. We met loads of kind business owners, outgoing cyclists who always wanted a chat, and got loads of waves and smiles in the villages we cycled through. So we bought this new thing for us. Bag of water, which is a great initiative to reduce plastic waste, but it's not very convenient when you're traveling. So we're gonna try to refill the bottles and see how it goes.
Viva and the 6-litre bag of water.
What can go wrong, right?
Nothing can go wrong.
Oh, look at this.
Like a boss.
What's that behind you?
Sloth bridge.
Sloth bridge.
Of course. What an amazing invention. We started spotting these wildlife bridges all around northern Colombia. They're designed to help animals like sloths, monkeys, and other arboreal creatures to safely cross the roads in fragmented forest zones. It was nice to see conservation efforts in practice.
We found a study from 2022 which said that 37% of Colombian adults ride the bike at least once a week for either exercise or commuting, which is one of the highest percentages in the world. We were grateful for this love of cycling, which came with numerous, although sometimes chaotic cycle lanes dotted all around the cities. What's for dinner tonight?
Mango! We have dinner and breakfast included in this hotel because there's just a ton of mangoes outside in the parking lot that are falling off the tree at random. So you hear an almighty bang, and that's the mango hitting the corrugated iron roof of the parqueo, the parking. So yeah, I just went out and stole a couple. I'm sure one of mine because there's a lot of mangoes out there. Enough for everyone. So this hotel room in Buena Vista in Colombia, which is a really small town, cost a grand total of £13, and it's one of the nicest hotels we've stayed in for a long time. Camping's a little bit difficult at the moment because it's just, I mean, it's a road and there's quite a lot of settlements and there's not really any campsites, and we don't really want to wild camp here. So yeah, this is amazing. £13, so like $16, 15, yeah, $16, $17. And it's so much better quality than most hotels in all of Central America, like since Mexico probably. They were way overpriced and not very nice, most of them, full of cockroaches and dirty. And here, it's just pristine, and Colombia's been like that so far. They've been really good quality accommodations that we've stayed in and really good value for money, which everything seems to be here. And yeah, everyone is extremely friendly everywhere we go, and so far it's been a good experience. We're probably about a week away from Medellin, a little bit less, and just going to try and enjoy the mountains between here and there and keep spotting new birds, because we've seen several new species every day so far, which is exciting. While we found Colombia to be very welcoming and safe in general, the road we followed from Caucasia along the Cauca River had quite a few warnings of potential conflict in the area. The history of the area and the river itself is so complex that the river has been recognized by Colombia's justice system as a victim of a conflict. While we didn't see anything suspicious the day we cycled through the area, a week or so after we passed, a bomb went off by the side of the road. Being aware in Colombia is key, but we'd never advise against going. To this date, it's still in our list of top 3 countries for cycle touring.
We've been excited about heading into the mountains and enjoying some cooler weather for a very long time. We'll show you how it all goes in the next video.